Okay. And you said we're just sharing some of the information.
We are live. So welcome everyone to the National CCAA Virtual College Fair. Just a few things for folks that are in the audience watching this. Our panelists cannot see or hear you. So this part is really important. Your camera and microphone are off. So if you have a question for any of our panelists during this 45-minute session, please use the Q&A button that's either located at the top or bottom of your screen, depending on your settings. So the Q&A is the only way you can ask a question during this 45-minute session. If you would like to, please take down as much information from this as possible. Check that chat. These folks will be putting contact information or other pertinent information into that chat for you so you can reach out to them. And just remember that there are more sessions in the future. So sign up for the same, for more sessions in the same place that you signed up for this one. A recording of this is available on our StriveScan website. I will drop the link for that in the chat as well. Each institution is going to have 6 minutes to present to you, whether that's just chatting with you or sharing their PowerPoint presentation. And we are going to kick off the presentations with Mount Mercy University.
All right, well, hi everyone. I'm Peyton from Mount Mercy University. We are a 4-year in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. We're pretty known for our nursing programs, our business programs, and our education programs. We actually have 45 plus majors on campus, including pre-professional programs as well. We have an MMU plus program where it would allow you to kind of get into the major you're looking to get into, and then you could take that up to 3 years and take 12 graduate credits at no extra cost your senior year. We are a Catholic university as well, and we're a liberal arts private school. So you would have to take a religion course that would be required for you to graduate. We do offer living on campus as well and have a lot of resources that way, whether that being, career services. We have an academic learning center on campus as well, and a lot of study abroad opportunities. We also offer athletic scholarships, whether that be through kind of competitive dance or, your regular sporting events. And we also offer scholarships for art, music, creative writing, things like that as well. If you want to get interested or kind of continue that in college. And we also have everyone at Mount Mercy does receive an academic scholarship just based on that GPA or ACT score. And then we do take the higher of the two, and we are also a test optional school as well. So you don't have to take the ACT by any means with that. Does anyone have any questions at all so far? Our application is actually free on our website. So you can visit mtmercy.edu and go on there and apply. We also offer a Catherine McCauley scholarship as well, which is full tuition. Your family has to make an income of less than $50,000, and you have to be an Iowa resident as well, and have been applied and accepted into Mount Mercy. So that's a really awesome opportunity. If you are also interested in nursing, we actually just partnered with Mercy Hospital here in town, and they do big tuition reimbursements. It's a guaranteed job after graduation, and it's definitely really helps pay for your tuition and things like that on top of the academic scholarships that you're already receiving with that. So we are a smaller university. We do have a 14-to-1 student to faculty ratio, as well as an average class size of 20 to 22 students. So if you like that smaller feel, there's a lot of familiar faces around campus and things like that. It's definitely very nice when trying to get to know professors. We have a little bit over 1,600 students on campus, with half of those being student athletes as well. So if you're kind of that student athlete in high school, it's definitely the place for you. But any questions at all anyone has as of right now?
If folks have a question, they have to use the Q&A button.
Okay,
You
sounds
can
good.
add on to that sometime throughout so they might ask it later too.
Okay, perfect. All right. Kind of just talking about Mount Mercy a little bit. Like I said, we are a Catholic university. So we have a chapel on campus as well, and we also have tunnels on campus. It's super awesome for in Iowa during the colder months as well, to be able to utilize those. But like I said, chapel on campus, campus ministries, things like that. So it's definitely a nice place to attend if you're looking for a school in Iowa.
All right, thank you so much. Next up, we have, oh, excuse me. I was like, I saw the camera's moving. We have Merrimack College.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Jasmine Garver, and I am an admission counselor here at Merrimack. I'm also a double graduate of the college, so I'll be sharing some information with you from those two lenses. So to get things kicked off, this is a picture of our campus here. We're located in a very suburban area in North Andover, Massachusetts, about 40 to 45 minutes north of Boston. You'll see our whole campus is on one piece of land, which is really nice. And there's a lot of restaurants and shops nearby. So it's definitely not in the middle of nowhere, but it's not a very urban environment either. We do have a commuter rail station about a mile away from campus. So if any of you would like to get into the city of Boston, that is definitely possible with us. So overall, we have about 4,000 undergrad students and about 1,400 grad students. So we're small to mid-size. As I said, we're about 45 minutes north of Boston, about 25 miles. We have over 100 programs for students to choose from, which I'll get to in just a second. And our student body is coming from all over the US and over 40 countries. So that's really exciting. Of the total undergrad population, about 73% of students live on campus, so we're a very residential campus. We do have Division I athletics, a lot of ways for students to get involved, and a really personalized experience for students in our education. We have a 16:1 student to faculty ratio and the average class size of 22. So at Merrimack, you're not just a number, and there's no really big lecture halls for any of your classes. Whether you like it or not, your faculty members will definitely know who you are. So to get a little bit more into academics, you'll see a breakdown by all 5 of our different schools of what our undergrad students are studying, the most popular being business. But a key takeaway here is there's a lot of flexibility. So we have a really flexible gen ed curriculum. So many students aren't sure what they want to study. So we do offer a Discover program for those undecided folks. So students don't need to declare until the end of sophomore year with us. The only exception to that is our nursing program, which is a direct entry program. Because it has a rigorous curriculum. It's a little different, but aside from that, you're really flexible in terms of what you want to study. In terms of support, we have a lot of ways to help our students. Every student will have an academic success coach to help with the transition from their previous school to Merrimack, an academic advisor, which is typical across college campuses, and a career advisor too. So there's somebody in your corner everywhere you turn. We do have several success programs on campus, tutoring and math center, accessibility services. Some folks that come to Merrimack might have been on an IEP or 504 plan in high school. So this office will ensure that your student or you are getting the accommodations that you need in order to continue your success while you're with us. As I said, we recently made the switch to being a Division I school, so we're really excited about that. We have 24 teams across men and women's. We just added a new men's volleyball and men's golf, so we're really excited about that. And we're a part of the Northeast Conference. But if D1 isn't your thing, that's okay too. We have club athletics, which are still really popular and still travel to local New England schools. It's just not the 24/7 that D1 would be. We also have over 60 clubs and orgs, which span academic related, more interest-based, identity focused. So there's really something for everybody, but if not, it's really easy to create something new. And here are just a few flyers of what we've had some recent events on campus. So as I said earlier, it's a very residential campus and it's a very active campus. So there's always going to be some type of event, whether it's athletic, a club, org, a musical event. So that's really nice that it's always so active. We do have guaranteed housing all 4 years for our students, but it's not required at any point. We have all different types of living accommodations. But if you're thinking about commuting, that's okay too. I was actually a commuter at Merrimack and I still felt very much involved in the campus life. In terms of financial aid, every student is considered for our institutional aid. That could include merit scholarships or institutional grants. We also offer federal aid with the FAFSA application, which opens the October 1st of your student or your senior year. In terms of the application process, we have a few different deadlines. The key difference is early decision, which is a binding agreement compared to our other 3 deadline pathways. At Merrimack, we don't offer any incentives to apply early decision, typically only recruited athletes do. And one benefit of applying earlier with our early action 1, 2 or rolling is you get your decision sooner. And overall, it's a very holistic process in the sense that yes, your grades matter and the classes matter, but who are you outside of that too? So we look at your essay, letter of recommendations, your activity section on the Common App, or your resume if you include one. We don't require testing scores at all throughout this process, and there's no fee to apply. And you'll see here a little bit more of what we look at through the review process. You'll see that we have students across the whole GPA scale above a 4.0 to below 2.5. So I hope this shows that we are really holistic. The average GPA is about a 3.3. And that is all I have for you today. If you have any questions about Merrimack, definitely pop them into the chat box, but I will go ahead and pass it off to the next school.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have LeMoyne College.
Hello, thank you for joining us today. My name is Colette Montgomery, and I am the Director of First Year Admission at LeMoyne College. In the college town suburbs of Syracuse, New York, you are going to find LeMoyne College. We are the youngest of the 27 U.S. Jesuit colleges and what many of you refer to as Central New York State's hidden gem. The 160-acre Hilltop campus, also known as the Heights, is home to about 2,800 undergraduate students, most of whom live on our residential campus. The city of Syracuse is in the center of New York State and is about a 4 to 6 hour drive from most major cities in the Northeast, just minutes away from regional bus and train stations, as well as an international airport. While our students benefit from the perks of attending a smaller college, our location close to a city and a large university really create a true college town experience, including shopping and dining and outdoor activities, as you see on the screen, like hiking and skiing, but of course, internship opportunities. So as you're considering colleges, you may have heard the term Jesuit before, but you might not know exactly what that means. While learning at LeMoyne College, you'll often hear the phrase cura personalis, or care of the whole person. That's a Latin phrase. And that means it's an education with a focus on the mind, the body, and the soul, as well as a path to developing a love for learning and growth that you're gonna have with you long after you graduate. Most of our students come from different backgrounds, different interests, different religious beliefs, different personal beliefs, and you don't have to be Catholic to attend a Jesuit college. This style of education really helps to create a community of well-rounded, critically thinking global citizens. And at LeMoyne, giving back to our community is really part of who you are and who we are. And you can see that reflected in our service learning opportunities for our students, as well as our volunteer opportunities with many of our clubs. In terms of our class size, our average class size is about 20 to 22 students, and that really helps to foster connections both inside and outside of the classroom. Our professors are at the tops of their field, and their focus is certainly on your education. If you're looking to engage in really deep conversations, get hands-on experiences within the classroom, access internships and opportunities, LeMoyne is a great place for you to thrive. We have a core curriculum, we have innovative classes, we have dedicated faculty and staff, and all of those things work together to prepare our students well for their success during their academic career, but also for life after college. And just so you know, our placement rate for graduates in a career or the grad school of their choice within 6 months of graduation is 96%. The LeMoyne student really can appreciate a comprehensive liberal arts education with preparation for specific career paths through popular majors like business, biology, nursing, theater, political science, psychology, education. The list goes on and on. At LeMoyne, we have 3 schools: the College of Arts and Sciences, our Madden School of Business, and our Purcell School for Professional Studies. Those colleges are not mutually exclusive. You can take classes in any one of them and study an interdisciplinary curriculum that really fulfills your interest. On top of those programs I mentioned earlier, we have a direct entry PA program, occupational therapy, physical therapy, MBA programs, law programs, and so many more. In addition to your learning and your career opportunities, you'll have a warm and welcoming college atmosphere with a vibrant and engaging social scene, thanks to our championship level Division II athletics, our Performing Arts Center, which you see some photos of here, LeMoyne sponsored events and activities, and of course, over 80 clubs and organizations. Every single year, that number of clubs grows and grows as we add more and more student-led initiatives. Students can come in and start their own club if they want. The possibilities for experiences outside of the classroom are endless, with study abroad locations, international class trips, service excursion, and so many more. In terms of what we look for in an applicant, our profile is really straightforward. We are going to look for well-rounded, curious, motivated students that are willing to challenge themselves in and outside of the classroom. As you see here, our average GPA is about a 3.4 or a B+, and we are test optional for admission. Applying to the college is simple. You can apply for free on a Common App or through our LeMoyne application. We don't have a preference. Which one you choose is totally fine for us. That application is free no matter which way you apply again. We are gonna have a completed application. We're gonna look at your personal statement, your high school transcript, and letters of recommendation. We do early action with a November 15th deadline, which is non-binding. And then we do rolling admission with the February 1st priority deadline. If you're interested in our direct entry PA program, that requires an interview and also has a deadline of November 15th. I'd like to let everybody know that up front. Academically competitive students are gonna have merit scholarships, and those can go all the way up to $25,000 per year for all 4 years you're at the college. In fact, about over 95% of our students do receive some type of financial aid and scholarships, which is why we're consistently ranked as a top choice for affordability. We also offer unique scholarship and career readiness programs for all of our students with our Promise New York program, which provides students with 5 promises. One is a $2,500 scholarship per year. Another promise is that you'll graduate in 4 years. A third promise is to connect you with a mentor. The fourth is to provide at least 1 internship, but many of our students have more than that. And the 5th promise is a mock job interview. So in summary, we really want you to visit our campus and learn what life is going to be like at LeMoyne College. You can do that from the comfort of your home, or you can come visit us in Syracuse, whichever you prefer. You can take a virtual tour, you can meet with a faculty member, you can chat with a current student or an admission counselor. I graduated from LeMoyne as an undergraduate student, so I'd be more than happy to talk to you as well. I'll throw my email in the chat when we're done here so that if you did have any questions, you have that information to reach out. But thank you so much for your time, and feel free to contact me with any questions you might have.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Dominican University.
All right. Thank you. Hope everybody's doing well. My name is Ruben Burnley. I'm our Senior Associate Director of Mission here at Dominican University. I'm going to share my screen real quick to talk a little bit more about our institution. A little bit about Dominican. We call ourselves a small school with big results. A couple rankings I always like to share is that we're ranked #1 for best value in Illinois. We're about 10 miles due west of downtown Chicago in a town called River Forest. We're also ranked number 3 for social mobility, helping now unrepresented populated students to be able to get a job within their field or go off to grad school and med school. And also number 10 for back-to-back years of best regional universities in the Midwest. At Dominican, you're gonna have a lot of options. First of all, our small class size. Our average class size is 15-to-1, 10-to-1 student-teacher ratio that you'll receive here at Dominican University. So every student is going to be treated as an individual, not as a number. As you see in front of you is our top 10 majors that we offer, but we offer 50 different majors here at the institution. Our nursing program actually is a direct entry and also a legacy program. Psychology, being able to do research, and we also have a pre-med program that helps out students to be able to go to different med schools across the country. Even though you see our top 10 majors, our number 1 unofficial major for most students is called I don't know or undecided. And that's a good thing because you really don't have to declare a major until your first semester of your junior year. While you're deciding on a major or need pathways to be able to figure out what major you're going into, you're going to have every student going to have a free academic service, which means from your first year advisors to your peer advisors, and then also being able to get some tutoring services as well too. So you're going to get a wraparound support if you attend Dominican University. Also, I'd like to throw this in there is that we have a Center for Cultural Liberation office that is housed in our Student Success and Engagement office, helping out all students of any type of marginalized backgrounds to be able to get assistance and feel comfortable being at Dominican University. Speaking about internships, I always like to mention this, that every student that comes to Dominican is going to have an internship. We actually host a mock interview session. We also have an etiquette dinner that we also host. But some of our students are doing a lot of internships right across the Chicagoland area. Students are going to go into digital cinema, working for NBC Universal Media. Students are going in our business field, working with Morgan Stanley or Fifth Third Bank. So definitely a great opportunity to internships within Chicago or even the surrounding suburbs or even nationally as well too. We're one of the first 2 colleges that ever offer study abroad, and we actually offer 20 different study abroad programs. This picture here is actually one of our students who did a study abroad program / internship in Nassau, Bahamas, studying coral reefs, and she's actually with a pre-vet major, so being able to do this internship, which is a great opportunity. And every student can do an internship. I'm not sorry, not an internship, a study abroad program. Either you can do full semester, 5-week summer programs, or 2-week programs during breaks as well. Also, we have 35 different clubs and organizations here at Dominican. Our top programs are like the academic clubs, like our business or psychology club, or special interest club, like our gaming club or Latino poetry club that we have here. Also, we have different ethnic clubs, which is our Black Student Union, our Latino Student Alliance, and also our Undocumented Immigrant Association club that we have on campus. But you can always start a club organization on campus and receive student government money to be able to continue on your club within your 4 years and beyond. In regards to athletics, we are Division III for athletics, which means we do not offer any athletic scholarship, but we do have very competitive programs. Matter of fact, on campus and after this presentation, our number 2 ranked men's volleyball team is in semifinal action for conference. So definitely have a great competitive program along with men's women's soccer. And in the fall of 2023, we're offering a cheer and stunt team and men's bowling as a sport. We also do have different clubs, organizations, or club sports you can be able to be a part of and compete within the Chicagoland area. So in regards to applying to Dominican, we are rolling admission, but we do have a November 5th preferred deadline. Usually students that apply by November 15th, right before the holiday break, they will actually have their acceptance letter, financial aid, if they applied for the FAFSA, but then also being able to get their scholarship information. Like most of the colleges on this call, we are part of the Common App, but we also do have our own application. So applying is free of charge. And we are test blind for admission, which means we do not require you to submit an ACT or SAT score in regards to your admission decision or even your scholarship information as well too. So all we look is your application, official transcript, and personal statement. Once a student is admitted, you'll be able to receive different merit-based scholarships ranging between $11,000 to $21,000 here at Dominican. Also, students that are planning to live on campus can receive $3,000 to $4,000 scholarship. And then since we are a Dominican Catholic University, we offer a Catholic high school scholarship of $2,500, which is renewable for each academic year here at Dominican. So just kind of give you an idea what the cost, tuition and fees is about $36,500. Our room board is another 11, so our total residence cost is about $47,550. And across the land, we are very reasonable costs for most of our students, and we have very competitive financial aid opportunities here at Dominican. So in closing, I do want to let you know that we are open for business for students to be one-on-one visits, campus visits, or be able to do one of our events virtually, like our DU and a Dash that we have. And then also we do have some Saturday campus tours, and you can actually visit our website, and I'll put our website in our chat as well too. And that is all about Dominican University, and that is my contact information. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Loyola Marymount University.
Thank you so much. Let me get going with my PowerPoint here. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We're on the home stretch here. There we go. So nice to see everyone here. I just really want to start by saying that I am so happy to see people in the room who are thinking about attending a Catholic college for the next 4 years. I think it's a great way to go, obviously, and I'm happy to share a little bit more about LMU in particular with you this evening. So like LeMoyne, although 3,000 miles away, Loyola Marymount is also a Jesuit university. So that means that we're both Catholic and Jesuit in terms of our history and tradition, the approach to academic rigor is all very much tied to our Jesuit heritage. So this is just kind of a fun aerial view of our beautiful campus in Los Angeles. Obviously, you're here because you're interested in a Catholic university. The Jesuits in particular have a real emphasis on diversity, intellectual engagement, and practical experiences, and how we can take those experiences out into the world and really make a difference. So the way that I like to describe, though, the kind of Jesuit mission in a nutshell is to say that we want every student to challenge themselves in every way during their time as a student at a Jesuit university. We want you to learn a lot about a lot of different things. We do have a broad liberal arts core curriculum that all of our students engage with. We want you to learn how to think critically about the needs of the world. And hopefully by the time you graduate from LMU, you will have had a chance to ask and hopefully even answer the question, what unique contribution do I have to give back to the world around me? We really challenge our students to think about their education in terms of what they have to offer, what they have to contribute, and what problems of the world they're most uniquely suited to address. So that sounds very kind of like a lofty philosophical ideal, but it's something that, like I said, we take very much to heart in an LMU education. We are a medium-sized university, so there's some kind of basic numbers here. Basically, though, the emphasis I would put is on the sense of community on campus. Professors are very accessible. It's very easy to kind of find your way around, to feel at home on campus. Over 95% of our freshmen live on campus. More than half of the student body is living on campus. And the professors are very accessible. We are primarily an undergraduate institution. So when professors are doing research, they look to undergraduates as research assistants. When professors say that they're going to be available during office hours, you can often find them outside of office hours as well. I've heard stories of professors checking in with students when they didn't show up to class, things like that. So I always say it's not too easy to fly under the radar at LMU. We think that's a good thing. As far as academics, this is just really obviously at a glance, but just to kind of give you an idea, this core curriculum pyramid over here is like a lot to digest, but I think at a glance is just kind of a nice visual of the many different disciplines and areas that our students engage with in their academic career. And then over on the right, of course, is just, again, at a glance of the different kind of broad areas where you can study and choose a major at LMU. And undecided in the College of Liberal Arts is, of course, popular among incoming freshmen. Lots of students also double major, have minors, and supplement their educational interests in other ways as well. I'm going to breeze really fast through this, but the way that I would sort of encapsulate the student experience at LMU, and the way that I hear our students describe the student body, is to say that our students really are very engaged. There are so many different ways, which I'm popping up on the screen here, to be involved, so many different ways to be a lion. But what I think you can say about all of our students is that they know that they have an opportunity to be a part of the community, even outside of their academic experience. So I always hear, orientation leaders saying to our incoming freshmen, get involved, get involved. And I just really think that's a sign of the, like I said, just sort of general community culture and assumption that you will find a way to be a lion, to be involved, to be connected on campus. It's also very easy to find the support that you need to be successful. So again, I could spend another 16 minutes talking just about this slide and the various levels of and types of support that we offer on campus, but suffice it to say that whatever type of support, assistance, community you're looking for, you can probably find it at LMU. Just to talk a little bit more about our amazing location, we are the only Jesuit university in Southern California. We are located in Los Angeles, but even though this map is not to scale, it just kind of gives you an idea. We are on the west side of Los Angeles, so not downtown. And what you can't see from this map is that we're actually situated in a suburban residential neighborhood. So the campus is very self-contained. There are two main entrances, and there is a neighborhood that surrounds the campus on the side that's not bluff. So it's very safe. It really feels like home. And yet everything that Los Angeles has to offer is very accessible and available to our students. We're also very close to LAX, the international airport. So there are lots of interesting speakers and visitors that come to campus on a regular basis because we're so convenient to the airport. It's easy to do. And we also just have very easy access to Silicon Beach, which is just literally right down the bluff from us. So lots of Silicon Valley companies that have brought offices and campuses literally right to our backyard. We have a view of downtown LA in one direction and the Pacific Ocean from campus. And really, LA is just an amazing, wonderful place to live and learn for 4 years. Briefly, we have a wonderful career and professional development office. Again, I could talk on and on about this, but I just wanted to throw up a few kind of snippets of what is involved with our career and professional development office. They manage internships. As you can see, they have retreats to help students think about their career and their place in the world. So many different opportunities, and it's really important to us to know that 98% of our students are either employed in graduate school or doing full-time service within 6 months of graduation. So that's important to us. We think it's a pretty good success rate and something that we really are proud of. I will, stop my screen sharing there and put my contact information into the chat if anyone has questions, but good luck to all of you in your college search.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have St. John's University.
Hello, everyone. I have no electricity, but I am operating via my hotspot. So instead of you looking at this scary, shadowy version of me, I'm going to share my screen so that we can look at a lovely presentation together. And hold on a second, slideshow. Great. Okay, that's much better. Okay, thank you. They saved the best for last. This is St. John's University. We are the United States' second largest Catholic university. As you can see on the picture there, that is the front gate of our university. And it doesn't look like we're located in New York City, but I assure you that we are a very proud New York school. So let me explain what St. John's University is. And that's easy to do with our 4 core values. First of all, we're a Catholic university. Obviously, that's the theme of today. And we are actually a Vincentian university. There are actually very few Vincentian universities in the United States, founded by the Order of St. Vincent. Something that really is emphasized by St. John's University is community service and making the world a better place. So no matter what you study at St. John's, Vincentian values are a really important part of your experience. Metropolitan, because we are proud of being from having 150 years in the city of New York. And finally, we're a global university. And I'm going to talk about that more, but it's global in two ways. We have a lot of study abroad opportunities and campuses in Rome and Paris, but also our campus is global, and we are one of the most diverse campuses, student bodies in the United States, in one of the most diverse places in the United States. So it really adds a unique dynamic to your experience. To give you an idea of where St. John's University is located, our main campus is in Queens, New York. So that is back kind of on the eastern end of the city of New York. And the advantage of being located there is that you have a traditional American college campus with actual green space and buildings and fraternities, sororities, activities. It's not in the urban center of Manhattan. We do have a small campus in Manhattan. We have a small campus also in Staten Island. And like I mentioned, we have 3 campuses in Europe, Rome, Paris, and with our partner university in Limerick, Ireland. To give you an idea of St. John's size, we have over 17,000 students, so it's a pretty big university. The diversity is amazing. Your fellow students come from literally everywhere. The student to faculty ratio is 17:1, so it is, you'll never have gigantic classes. Professors really know who you are. We are a big sports school. We're Division I, and our basketball team is by far gets the most attention. And there's no shortage of ways to get involved on campus. So we have over 180 student organizations, academic, recreational, cultural. So getting involved is a really important part of your experience at St. John's. And I love this picture because that really shows where we are in New York. You can see a little spot in our campus that looks out into the distance, and you can see Manhattan there. And there are so many advantages to having Manhattan within reach. But before I get to that, I want to talk to you about majors. We have over 100 different majors. So whether you want to major in business, science, psychology, education, pharmaceutical studies, we have a lot to choose from. It's a residential campus. This picture is of the part of our campus called the Residence Village, and it's a great place to live, and we have thousands of students living on campus. St. John's University is so proud of its outcomes, and we work really hard at that. We have an awesome career services operation that helps students to connect with internships and jobs. And St. John's University, being a large, old university in a big city, it means that we have a lot of connections with organizations and companies and we work tirelessly to connect our students with real experiences. So we have great job opportunities and great outcomes for after you graduate. For applying to St. John's University, we have an early deadline of December 1st for the fall semester, but after that we have rolling admissions. The SAT is optional, and that went into effect a couple years ago, and it remains in effect. And so we just expect to see your transcripts, and optional materials include essays and recommendation letters. And there's no application fee. To talk to you about scholarships briefly, with the tuition being about $46,000 per year, scholarships are extremely important, and we are very generous with the merit scholarship, that top one. Students often receive a really large portion of their tuition covered, and that's based on your academic history. There are other scholarships you can apply to as well, and that includes the Ozanam Scholars Program, and that's one I wanted to highlight. The Ozanam Scholars Program is worth an extra $10,000 per year. And it's ideally meant for a student who has a history of doing community service, because the Ozanam Scholars Program is a group of students who do really great community service projects and get the $10,000 extra per year. So be sure to connect with St. John's University. You can go to stjohns.edu/chat and chat with current students, or follow us on our Instagram. And I'm certainly going to put my contact information into the chat. And if any of you have any questions after this, I'm happy to answer them. Thank you.
All right, thank you. If I could have everyone on camera. We're going to do a quick little question as if we're at an actual panel. And the question is, what is one piece of advice you would give folks going through the college search process? What advice would you give? And in the same order, starting with Mount Mercy University.
All right, sorry. I think the advice that I would give is honestly just to enjoy the college search process and weigh out all your options, really see where you're really comfortable, and definitely just make the decision that's best for you. So that's my advice.
For me, I would say this is a little bit further down in the college search process, but don't be afraid to apply to outside scholarships, because there's so many opportunities out there, but oftentimes they aren't utilized because students don't think that they have a chance. But apply, because you'll be surprised. You might be awarded some.
I agree. I would also say visit the schools that you're interested in. COVID has really made visiting schools a lot easier because you have opportunities to visit virtually. And so I would certainly try to visit a school if you can. If you can't do that, try to make a connection with somebody that's there so that you can learn a little bit more about the school before you decide that's where you'll spend the next part of your college career.
I would agree. Also, I would say leverage your resources, utilize your college counselors, utilize us, admission counselors. We're actually your advocate when it comes to admission decision and possible scholarships. I think we're all friendly on this call. So definitely just approach us at a college fair or contact us, and definitely utilize us as you're going through your college search process.
I think I have two, and they're quick and related. One is to recognize that it's a process. You're probably juniors in the room today, just getting started. You may have a number one. You may or may not change your mind over the coming year between now and when you actually enroll. It really is a process. And so to take it one step at a time, to be open-minded, and to be open to schools that, you know, may or may not continue to appeal to you as you go through the process. So to just be open-minded and to recognize that it's a process. And my second is to stay in your lane. Don't worry about your students. Don't worry too much about your parents if you can. There are things that you will need to worry about, like affording an education at some point, but to stay in your lane, to not worry about what other people say about the colleges that you're interested in, to not worry about the bumper sticker, you know, importance of the colleges that you're applying to, but to really use it as an opportunity to think about what's going to be best for you for the next 4 years of your college experience.
And like someone mentioned before, I would say definitely try to visit campus. And if you're too far away and you can't visit campus, take advantage of those virtual campus tours. My second piece of advice is find out if the college you're interested in has ways for you to connect with current students. For example, St. John's University offers a chat feature with a variety of current students from various states and countries and in various majors. And that is such a key resource to really get a feel for how, like, if you want to go to that college. And then other colleges also offer like student panels, or, you know, and lots of things are virtual nowadays. So really focus on trying to make connections with current students.
Awesome. You guys covered everything. I usually try to add something at the end, but you all got it. Just another plug, just please contact these folks. Every piece of advice they gave is spot on from everything I've heard for doing this for plenty of years, and they are the experts. They are here to help guide you to the right place. So please grab that contact information out of chat if it was there. You can find a recording of this at strivescan.com. I also put that in the chat as well. If you are with us live, when you leave, there is a quick survey. Sign up for more sessions. And again, a recording of this is on our website. And if you're watching this recording, thank you so much. Again, thank you so much to our panelists who are doing this, even in the dark without power. We appreciate you so much. This is so important for folks all over to be able to learn about your institutions and get a glimmer of what it is that you have to offer in such a short period of time. So with that, I wish you all the best. Thank you again, panelists. Best of luck to everyone out there watching. Have a good night.